Hi and welcome back to the shed. I'm Joe Bleeps and today I'm spending a little bit more time with the Evercade EXP. If you haven't checked out my other video about this awesome little console yet, do take a look. But while I was going through the menus on there, I found an option which had a highlight of hidden games, and it said 0 out of 5 games unlocked. So that piqued my curiosity and I had to find out a little bit more about it after I'd made my initial video. So today I'm showing you what the games are and how to unlock them if you want to unlock them, or if you want to keep that a secret, then don't watch any more of the video and I'll see you for the next one. But it's quite straightforward to do. If you get one of these consoles, it's a nice way of getting some extra games. So let's just get straight onto it and see how to get them open. Alright, so after reviewing my footage from the last video, white background with a white console was causing chaos in terms of contrast, so hopefully this different background will help a little bit. Anyway, so when you load up your console, there's these different menus. So there's the cartridge menu, there is the settings menu, and then in between there is the EXP menu, and that's where you get your Capcom load up for your different games to choose from the Capcom collection, and also hidden games. There's also Evercade coming soon, which I thought once I got on Wi-Fi would be a bit of news and things like that, but I think this is just like a blank space where they're going to add a new feature at some point. So we'll wait and see what's going on with that one. But we're here for the hidden games. Now you'll see here I've got 5 out of 5 games unlocked. A little bit of searching, I found the official Evercade website had some information on there about how to unlock various different Easter eggs, so I will link that page in the description. I'll also explain how to unlock the games in the description as well, if you're the sort of person who doesn't like having to scroll through a video to try and find out how to unlock all these different things. But as it is, let's just take a look at how we can get to those. So you'll notice it says on mine that there's 5 games unlocked, and you don't have to go through the process of entering the codes to unlock them every time. When I press hidden games, I've now got access to Gotris, Gribbly's Day Out, Kubo 1 and 2, NNNNNN, and Spacey McRacey. So these are the games that you can unlock, and there's a slightly different way of unlocking each one of those. So some of them are to do with entering a code. So if you go on the settings and go down to secret at the bottom of the list, it comes up with a little menu where you can enter a secret code. I think some of these will work in caps or lowercase, but if you just go to tap on Y, it'll go to uppercase, and I think that's what I did when I typed these in. So for Kubo 1 and 2, you type in Seiji was here, all one word. So I'll speed that up as I type it. So there you go, that's how it should look. Seiji was here, and then if I press start and enter, it will load up the game. So I've got Kubo 1 and 2. So actually, rather than 5 free games, there's 6 if you count Kubo 1 and 2. So these 2 games, Kubo 1, we'll just start that one, is like you're making your way around a dungeon and you can shoot enemies and try and find collectibles. And then also, if you go to, we'll just reset that one. So you press select to go into Kubo 2 and start to launch it. That one is more of a 2D platformer with graphics that reminded me a little bit of Super Mario Land. But you can drop down the holes in this and explore your way around all sorts of caverns. So it's a cool little game, definitely worth a look. Right, let's go back to the menu. And there is another one where you can enter some codes. So we'll come back to the settings menu, we'll go back all the way down to secret. You can press up and it takes you to the bottom of the list instead of having to press down, 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 down. So there's another one which is Commodore 64 game called Gribbly's Day Out, and you need to enter the words Gribbly Grobbly for that. Again, I'll go into uppercase and I'll just type those in. Okay, so there we are, Gribbly Grobbly. Again, I'll press start and it'll go straight to the game. So you've got Gribbly's Day Out, and you can play the game there. So that one is a Commodore 64 game, and we can launch that one by pressing start. And with that one, you can actually bring up, if I just go into the controls, if you press select, it'll bring up the virtual keyboard, because obviously it's Commodore 64 game and you can type. But your D-pad moves in and the B picks up and puts down the fire bubbles, but you've got the access to this virtual keyboard as well, which is pretty cool. So yeah, let's see if we can get that started. There we go. Now, I did have a go at this and I was pretty awful at it, but you can kind of float round. That's not collectibles, Joe. Try not to touch the edges, and it bounces on surfaces as well, so you can shoot little bubbles. And that's about as far as I've got with this one. Right, what else have we got? Okay, so that's it in terms of the ones where you enter a code. The other ones are within the actual game menu. Now if you go to the cartridge menu, some of these only work with the cartridge removed. Some of them, I think, let's say, so Gotris, which is a Sega Master System game, will work with or without the cartridge in. I've tried that with both, but you're supposed to have the cartridge in. So you just go to the main menu. So I've got the IREM arcade collection in there, and if I hold on the top, we've got L2 and R2 here. If I hold L2, R2 and select, and it loads up Gotris there, and that's kind of like a cross between Go and Tetris, which I haven't quite got my head around how to actually succeed in this game, but there we go. So more time to be spent with this. It does look pretty cool though. Gotris. So push 1 or 2, because obviously it's a Master System game, that'll have the 1 and 2 buttons, and then it's your standard Tetris type setup, but it's with the black and white little pieces from Go, and I appear to have paused it. There we go. So you just move the blocks, and it's like a 2-player thing, so you play against the CPU, so the CPU moves a piece, and so on. So yeah, I've got more time to spend with that one. If we exit where we are there, now the others will only work if there is no cartridge in. So I'll just pull out the cartridge from the console, no cartridge inserted, and then we've got NNNNNN, which is an NES game, and with that one you hold L1 and R1 and up, and there you go. So we've got NNNNNN, which is a nightmarish, just a chaotic game that was strangely addictive when I had a go. So we'll press start, and your character just sort of bounces, and you have to navigate your way in between these different blocks. I think that's about the best I've ever done on it. But you see how it keeps your best time in the top corner, so it is somewhat addictive to keep playing. Even though it feels impossible, there's times when you kind of float in and out of the pieces quite successfully, and you think, oh, there might be something in it. Anyway, back to the menu. We've got one more game to check out, and that's Spacey McRacey. Now that one is L1 and R1 and down. Again from that main menu with no cartridge in, and we'll launch that game just for a quick look. So this one is another NES title. So we'll press start there. It can be a 4-player one. Like these are ones, same with NNNNN. It was ones that were designed or at least planned as Easter eggs within the Evercade Versus, because you can have 4 players on it. Obviously with this we've just got the one, so I'll press A to join and then start. Press start when all players are ready. Okay. You've got to pass barriers for points, and you see I'm the little red one on the lower left there, and I've got to just watch out for all the other players and keep just zooming along. I can go faster by going up, and it gets harder and harder as it goes along, and I kept having people crash into the back of me like that. But again, it's a cool little game. So, you know, 5 free games. Once you've actually entered all of those codes and you go to the EXP menu and you go to hidden games, it will then say how many are unlocked, and when you tap on that menu you can actually just choose the game. So once you've typed the codes in once, you've got 5 extra games on your console, which is pretty nice. And that's it, dead easy. You can get all 5 games unlocked within just a few minutes. You don't need any specific games to be able to do it, and it's, you know, free games in it, so it'd be daft not to try them. So if you are having any trouble unlocking them, do let me know. I didn't find it particularly difficult, but that said, I have spent quite a bit more time with this console now, and I've discovered some of its shortcomings as well as some of the things I'm really enjoying in terms of playing about it. So in about a week's time, I think I'm also going to do another follow-up video which goes a little bit more in depth in terms of the pros and cons of this great new little handheld, so keep an eye out for that. In the meantime, if you like this one, please leave a like, comment if there's anything you've got to add to the chat, and yeah, subscribe if you want to see more like this. I'll see you next time. Bye.